time, early, listening to me talk right now. Who's like brand new that you're going to hear the explain for the very, very first time? What's your name? Betsy? Betsaida? 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 Can I call you Betsy? Okay. Glad you're here, Betsy. You're in for a treat. What's your name? Carmen? All right, Carmen, you're in for a treat. Who else? Brand new? First time seeing what we're doing here? You? No? Anybody? Okay. Everybody grab their donuts, sit down. Hey, do me a favor. Spread the word. Maritza, next week at 9:30, we're going to come in here and she's going to train a little bit on a book she's reading, on a leadership book she's reading. So be here at 9:30. She's just going to go over it for a couple of minutes. Let us know what it's all about. I'm excited. She was fired up to tell us about it. And I said, hang on, tell everybody next week. Yeah. So next week, be here at 9:30. It's our leadership circle. Who wants to be a leader? Who wants to be a leader? Yeah, everything rises and falls on leadership. If you think to yourself, well, maybe I'm not a leader because I'm not building what Daniel's building. If you're a leader, if you're a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, y'all with me? You're a leader if you're doing transactions. You're a leader for that family. That family's depending on you to be a leader to sell their home. Am I right? They're like so dependent. Like, please sell my home. You better be a leader. So leadership training is everything. So I'm excited that Maritza is going to kick us off next week on a book that she's reading and excited about, and share that with us. And then also spread this word. You ready? We start on time. Just tell everybody. Just get it on out there so everybody knows, because Tina Bryant wanted me to tell y'all that. She said, let everybody know we start on time. I said, Tina, we're going to tell them. We're going to tell them today. In fact, Shelly's going to call some people, text some people. You're on time. Thank you. Everybody here on time. Thank y'all. But spread the word, because there'll be some people coming in. They'll be like, wait, they started on time. What's wrong with them? Because Tina said we're starting on time, right? My name is Paul Roberts. I am the CSO of We Partners, the Chief Solutions Officer. My man Daniel Ng is the CRO, the Chief Ribeye Officer, the Chief, the Chief, Chief Reminding Officer. He's got a lot of jobs. He's a chief of a lot of things. He's the chief. He's the CBO, the Chief Believing Officer. Like, he believes in you. No kidding. Like, from the moment, what's that? He's like our dad. He just believes it. But stop it. We got new guests, y'all. Stop it. I'm okay if you say I'm the dad. Don't use the other word. He's the Chief Believing Officer. He believes in you. Like, that's so important and vital to have someone that believes in you. Like, just like, who in here's got like a crazy dream? You can tell me like in 5 seconds what your crazy dream is. Like, yes, sir. Tell me. 5 seconds.
Ice dragon attacked me.
Ice dragon attacked you. Yeah. I'm so lost. Tina.
My dream is to create a place where people can come to be just
empowered. Empowered.
Build
you only get one dream.
Be more specific.
I mean,
yeah. Who else got one? Shelly, you got a big dream?
Well, of course, I want to build a big team.
You want to build?
So I can retire early.
Hey, you know what? You're in the right place.
That's always been my dream.
You're in the right place with Daniel Ng here today. So give it a hand for Shelly, because she's in the right place. She picked the right place to come to today. Anybody else got a big dream? Big crazy dream? What is it, Brandon?
A team of 1,000 agents who are all making money, and then that way I can go travel the world and play poker.
We were doing good till the end. Team of 1,000 agents, so everybody can make money, so he can go travel the world to serve people. To serve people. That's what he said. In case y'all can't hear him. Yes, sir. Real estate developer. I like it. You want to be a big real estate developer. Commercial. I love it. Any other ones? Okay, do me a favor. Yes, sir.
Country leader.
Country leader. In different country, a country leader. Let me ask a question. Like, what do you mean exactly?
So I want to be the country leader and for eXp.
Partners
in a different country where they don't have eXp yet.
My man wants to be a country leader in a different country for We Partners where they ain't got a leader over there yet. Okay, yes, okay. Hey, do me a favor. Come here next Wednesday at 8:30. 9:30. 9:30. Thank you. God bless you. 9:30, and we're gonna talk leadership. We're all gonna develop our leadership style, our leadership skills. Y'all with me? The more you develop as a leader, like if someone has something you don't, they just develop better leadership skills. That's it. Here's the great news. Y'all ready? Anybody can develop them. Anybody. I'm not asking you to dunk a basketball. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm barely 5'11". I'm really 5'10" and something, but it ain't happening. I'm not dunking a basketball. Y'all with me? You can give me all the training in the world. I ain't dunking a basketball. But everybody in here can develop their leadership skills. How cool is that? That gives us all a chance. Like, I barely graduated high school, right? Anybody like me? Just not that bright? No one's going to admit it? You, Shelly, and me are the only ones? Okay. Me and Shelly, way to go, Shelly. Thank you for jumping in on there with me. That might have been a sympathy raising the hand. But it doesn't matter because we can develop the leaders inside of us. And if you work on that daily, anything's possible. And what Daniel's about to show you, you better start developing yourself as a leader because you're not going to be able to take full advantage of it. See, Daniel's been able to take full advantage of the opportunity because he's developed as a leader, right? So when he was building his dream, he said, wait a minute, I can build it faster and better if I go over to EXP. And since he's been here, he's had like 10x growth. It's phenomenal what he's done. But please understand me, you have to develop the leader inside first. And once you develop that leader inside of you, I'm telling you, anything's possible. Okay. So I'm looking forward to Maritza next Wednesday at 9:30. 9:30. Thank you. Hey guys, I came here almost 2 years ago this October, and I went to Daniel. He told me what he's about to share with y'all. As he was talking to me, I texted my pastor under the table and I said, I found it. My pastor goes, I didn't know we were looking for anything. And I said, don't worry, I found it, right? I called him afterwards. He goes, what'd you find? I said, I found one of the most humble, coolest dudes that's successful in business. And I love him. There's something special about him. Like, the dude's just humble. Like, I barely graduated high school. He went to college at one of the finest universities in the world in Switzerland. And he didn't tell me. I had to get that information out of him. I don't know about you, but I think that's the first thing. If I go to school in Switzerland, that's probably the first thing I'm going to tell you about me. I'm going to be brag. He did not. I had to find that information on my own. The dude's so humble. And then I didn't realize even more how humble he is, because then I started going to restaurants all around here. Anytime I go into a restaurant, if I said Daniel Ing, if I said the name Daniel Ing, they knew him. I was like, I'm hanging out with the Pope and did not know it. I mean, I had no idea that I just signed up with the most popular person in the Plano, Richardson, Allen area, right? But he's so humble. Why is that important? Because when you have a leader that's humble and believes in you, you can do so much. Anything's possible. The second leadership call that he does on Mondays, the second one that I attended, he said, Paul, will you share with everybody your leadership style and your skill? I'm going, what? Like, I'm in company with people like Brandon Scribner and TC that are bad to the bone real estate agents. And Daniel, you want to hear from me? He's like, I didn't say that to him, but that was my thought process. He goes, no, go ahead. So you got to have that humility as a leader, because when you have the humility of a leader, there's no ceiling to your success. It doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. You can do whatever you want. Who in here has had a leader that's held them down? You know they did, because they just want to make sure that they were the man or they were the woman. You with me? But with Daniel, anything's possible. Okay. And I just love the way he gives to the team. I'm not kidding. He's a C blank O of, you can name it, believer, warrior. He fits every word you could possibly imagine when it comes to leadership. And I think the most important one he carries is the one in believing in you and believing in what you can do. And he'll probably believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And I don't know about y'all, but I need that. Who needs that from time to time? You're down on yourself. You're ready to beat yourself up. You're ready to quit. And you just need someone to call you, June, and say, hey, I believe in you, man. Now, he might not say the words, I believe in you, but the way he talks to you, the way he speaks to you, he's talking about your dreams and your goals and where you're headed. You're like, okay, I got this, right? All right, so y'all buckle up. He's going to, no one, by the way, nobody in EXP does the explain better than him. Nobody. Like, he is the greatest at it. And I'm talking, you name me any leader, I'm going to tell you right now, he's better than them. He has practiced this. He's rehearsed it. He's researched it. He's done it over and over and over and over again. I've watched a bunch of them, and he keeps getting gooder and gooder and gooder. Okay? So please do me a favor, just to get some blood flowing in your body. Stand up. Let's give him a big welcome to the stage, Mr. Daniel Ing.
All right. Well, this is going to be really our official kickoff for the fall of EXP Explained, of We Explain, because it's not just about EXP, it's about our organization, about we together, what we're doing. So thank you, Paul, for everything you do. Paul came into our organization a few years ago and really has changed how we do things. And we're always constantly growing and learning new things. And so really appreciate the leadership that everyone brings to the table. So We Partners Network, what is that? That is our real estate club that we created together. So we do have a mission and vision. This little panda figure, people call me the panda. So internally within the company of EXP, they know us as the Panda Pack. And I took this to heart because there's a lot of animal figures in EXP for some reason. There's honey badgers, there's wolf pack, there's money badgers, there's other animals out there. So I said, well, why don't we do the same thing and R&D, rip off and duplicate. So that's what we did. So Panda Pack is kind of our leadership group. That's the folks that really want to focus on growth, focus on showing up, attending large events with us and traveling. So we do have a mission and vision. Mission is to build wealth, community, and legacy. Really empowering. We added this phrase earlier this year, empowering partners to dream bigger and really make an impact worldwide. With this platform, we're able to do that. So the vision is to be at 10,000 partners globally, transforming lives, and really sharing our expertise together. That is the vision. We're going to be there, and because of our global platform, we can do that globally. So we're no longer local anymore, and I'll explain how that works. So we have to understand the cash flow quadrant as a business. Typically, if some of you guys are part-time, like you guys have a W-2 job, you're trading time for money, right? You're going to hit a ceiling. And when you become a brand new real estate agent, guess what? You create a job, which is you're self-employed. But we cannot be at the self-employed portion because if something happens to self, you're unemployed, right? We have to get to the right side quadrant to be a business owner, right? This gentleman I met this morning, he says, well, I want to be an investor. I want to have passive income. I want to do deals. So how do you get there? Well, you got to be a business owner so you have more money so you can start investing, right? We all want to be in the I category. That's everyone's dream, right? To have passive income. With our model of EXP and what we're doing with We Partners, we immediately become a business owner. So I'm a visual person, so I share a lot of events that we do. So this was not an EXP corporate event. Brent Gove and Gene Frederick, they have an event every year in Cabo around March. And it's more of a mastermind group that comes together. And we pour into each other. We come together from 9 to 12. After 12 is what you want to do. So it's a party time and just relaxing time. I bring my family to this. You see John Tsai down here on the left. He brings his family. He's one of our business partners up in Vancouver. He has about 1,400 agents in that market and just a great leader and a lot of leaders here. So I share that next week, I'm actually going to the leadership event. We have our Q3 leadership in Scottsdale. This was the one in Dallas in February. And just a lot of great leaders here that you see. And then this is another event that we do monthly in South Lake. So Lucia here in the middle, she does a monthly event in the South Lake area Pacific table. And she just wants to meet agents that she's closed deals with. That was the whole idea of like, hey, we close deals, we text each other all the time, but I never get to meet the agents. And her focus is just getting people together, right? So you can attend the event, you can invite people to the event. It's our event together, right? Even though she's hosting it, just let her know like, hey, I'm going to come and support you. We're all here to support each other. One of my other leaders, Laura Pena, she did a vision board meetup and just basically got the team here and then just did their vision board. So you can join together, you can do the same thing, you can come together with this. We did a commercial real estate event at the local Good Coffee at the Chase Oaks building, where we had people fly in, teach on the commercial panel, and just provided value to people. So these are things that we do as a group. So we're always constantly doing events. This was a Another leader, Lori, was doing a gun safety event. I believe she's doing it again soon. This was Friendsgiving. We have a patio out here. If you haven't been to the barbecue, we have a barbecue on Friday. We're going to do potluck and BYOB. Another Latino event. The Latinos party late, so every time we do a Latino event or Hispanic event, you know, I had to stay extra late to clean up and make sure everyone's okay. But this was a same thing. We had a multifamily workshop. We actually went to a property tour with a developer. So these are things we do on a constant basis, and you know, we just have to set up with our leaders. They're going to host these classes and these property tours. All right. So what is EXP? It's a movement. Why is it movement? Because our founder, Glenn Sanford, created this platform in 2009. What did he create? He found a solution for people to really grow their business, have ownership, and people that are growing, they're always stuck in their territory, right? You're licensed in Texas, but you're stuck. So he found a solution. I'll kind of go over that. He's very accessible. He's a humble leader as well, where he just wanted to find solutions. He wanted to make sure agents had ownership. He wanted to make sure agents were compensated by sharing revenue. And he modeled that the structure very similar to a KW. But KW and Remax and Coldwell Banker, they're all franchises. So what the main difference for us, we're not a franchise. We're one corporate company. We own this company together, and we're able to grow 50 states and currently 29 countries. So imagine there's 1,000 real estate offices paying $6,000 rent times 12 months, that's $72 million. So typically when you join a brokerage, you're paying a split. That split goes to the broker, but the brokers are paying for all these expenses. So agents are indirectly paying for the expenses, right? So he said, well, what if I eliminate the real estate, that expense? And what he did was create this little video game. It truly is. If you haven't seen it, it is like a video game. And this video game is the solution. So the solution for this is creating a platform where you can grow your team in all 50 states and currently 29 countries. So if you're licensed in Texas or California or wherever your team is at, we're going to hop into the Texas broker room. You'll come in here. And I can say hi to Noman. Hey, Noman, how are you today? Good. I have a full classroom of folks. Just wanted to say hi to you. What help can agents get in the Texas broker room?
Clicking the I have a question on top, and then you can also get a transaction assistance, but it's in a different frame called transaction expert care just by clicking this door here. On the second row to the right, and we also have this if they need schedule of trainings here, they can check out this calendar here on my left.
All right. Thank you, Noman. You have a great day.
All right, you're welcome.
And you're a live person, not AI, right?
Yep, very much alive.
Okay. Thank you. What? Thank you.
How do we do that? Yeah, how do we do that?
So another thing you got to think about. Imagine there's 1,000 real estate offices in Texas. Doesn't matter what brand. Oops. Let me shut that off. Okay. So imagine there's 1,000 real estate offices. Doesn't matter what brand it is. And each office has to hire a receptionist. We just eliminated the workforce to one person. So 1,000 offices has to hire 1,000 people. We have one person, sounds like he's from the Philippines, a VA, right? And we basically slash cost, okay? So that was another aha moment I had. And now you have these brokers. So you got Rena. Rena's out in Houston. She's a managing broker. She's talking to Niall. And they're in this little box. He's getting support. Your future team will get support. That is how we operate. So brokers are here, like John Baker, Oh, there's Josh. Josh is running. Oh, he's going. He's running. He's running towards. He's running the agents, right? So Josh is also another managing broker. So the brokers are W-2 employees. They are working for corporate to service you. So instead of you working for the broker works for you. The model is flipped. That's why it's very powerful to understand this as a platform. So they hire all the brokers out. And if Josh does a bad deal, I know, Josh, if you're watching this, we can go to HR. It's like, hey, this broker is really not good, whatever reason. They're employees, right? If they're not doing their job and if not servicing and not helpful and they're not being considerate, because this is our company, we can go to HR and talk to somebody, right? So you have to understand this is the power that we have as an owner of the company as well as shareholders. So, and if Josh doesn't know the question, Josh is a great broker. I'm not saying he isn't, but he can go to Rena like, hey, Rena, I have a hard question with this agent. Can I get a second opinion? He can pull a colleague over to converse and help with that question, right? And you know, how is John sharing his contract? He can click on this screen right away, and then Josh can see his contract, go over the stuff. That's how we operate. It's silly, but it cut the cost. Okay, this was in 2009. This whole idea, this concept. So if there was a class going on, where would you go? If there was a contract class, you would hop into the Texas Auditorium, and you would come in here. There'll be a live presenter. You can have 10 people, 1,000 people, right? Last time Calvin and I did a commercial class in here, we had like 2,000 people in here. That's how powerful this is. This is before Zoom calls, right? Now everything's on Zoom, Google Meet, but this was forward thinking in 2009. So that is the world. I like to share that because it's important to understand that this is how we operate as a company, but this is the solution. This is how we can cut costs. So because we can cut costs, we can do more things. So now, going to that, you saw the world. We have a disclaimer. So all the numbers that I share, you know, is just a projection of earnings and all that. So we had to do this disclaimer since I'm live streaming it. So, like I mentioned, started in 2000 here. So 2009 started. We went public in 2018. And then really, I came in around 2021, 2020 at the end when we started launch EXP commercial. But during pre-pandemic, we were about 20,000 agents. Today, we're almost 90,000 agents, okay, or shareholders, because we all have ownership. So we are the largest independent brokerage in the world because we're one corporate company, not a franchise, okay? And this is huge because when you go to clients, or especially on the commercial side, when they're like, well, what is eXp? Like, well, actually, we're the largest independent brokerage in the world. We're publicly traded, right? This is important especially from a commercial standpoint. We are a legit company. So another thing, what I like about eXp is we have zero debt. So we're financially sound, where we have a net income. We've actually given out dividends before in our shares. Transaction sides, we do a lot of transactions. So we're not just grabbing people here and just recruiting them or attracting them. We actually do a lot of transactions. One thing I like to point out is our top 250 production team in EXP outperform the real brokerage. So that's another competitive company, but just our top 250, their production sides outperform the entire real brokerage. So you can see, in people who want these slides, it's a corporate slide, so you can pull who are the teams, who are the individual producers. Really, you can work from anywhere, right? Because we are cloud-based. You have the freedom to work from anywhere. The brokers have the freedom to work from anywhere. So those brokers in there, they can be on the beach in Puerto Rico and Cabo on their headset working. And fun fact, Karen Richards is one of the designated managing brokers. She was a KW designated broker for Allen and McKinney before. Well, guess what? She has an RV with her husband. They travel around the U.S. She has her Starlink with Elon Musk, and she can just hop in and do her work, her duties, and the support, right? But she can travel. She has the freedom also. So the employees of the company can be wherever too. So what does our package give us? For $85 a month on the eXp Realty side, you get that eXp World. So I'm gonna point here. So you get eXp World. We get Sisu. Sisu is how you track your transactions as a kind of your goals. So you set your goals and you follow that. We all get Canva Pro. We get Slack. So Slack is how we communicate with all the 90,000 people. And then we get SkySlope, which is our transaction management system. This is where we, host our transactions. So we're the first company to offer 3 CRMs of choice. So in the past, when you join any larger brokerage, you're stuck with that one CRM. We're the first corporate company to actually give 3 choices now. So you can check out which one fits for you. I know that in our group, there's a lot of people like, which one are you choosing? You got to do your due diligence, figure out which one works for you. If you want simple, they're simple. If you want more AI advanced, there's AI advanced. If you want something to use your phone number to send out texts and things like that, you just have to figure out which one is the right fit for you. My eXp is kind of handling the back end. We do have a lead gen source. This eXp University, we have 80 hours of live training per week. So there's a lot of resources there. We have a new class called FastCap. This is a great class where they have it every month, 6 weeks program. It's on a Zoom. It's like a Zoom type call. Anyone that's in real estate, even whether you're 2 years or 4 years, you should go to that because there's a lot of new things that you can learn from these other leaders that are teaching the FastCap program. We moved Keller Williams education officer over to eXp about 2 years ago, Brian Ellington. He revamped our FastCap program. So all the stuff that he was doing in the past, he's revamped it for eXp. It's a great program. It's free. So the other companies that are teaching this type of class, they do charge, but ours is free. Mentor program, if you're a brand new agent, you got to be paired up with a mentor for your first 3 transactions. Those are things that you can, whoever's introducing you, or if you're online, you just join, you're going to be paired up with somebody. It's best to go interview your mentors, figure out it's the right fit, figure out who's the right person that fits your time and everything. It may not be the person who brought you in. You can find other mentors, right? The person that introduces you might not be a mentor or doesn't have the time, but it's okay because you can get paired up with other people and you can interview them first just to make sure that, hey, what are you doing? Can I meet you in person, or are you doing Zoom calls? What that is. So there is a coaching program where it allows eXp leaders in the company that are doing coaching. They have a platform where they can, basically do their coaching, charge at a more of a nominal fee, so you can get onto those coaching platforms that they're coaching. But it's optional, right? So I really want to focus on these divisions. Luxury, we do have a luxury division. Commercial is actually not it's a division, but it's actually a separate company from eXp Realty. And of course, our international side, we have a new division called Land and Ranch. And I really want to focus on the Regis office. So I shared that we don't have any physical offices. We partners, yes, we have this office. I have another Hearst office. But every eXp agent has a Regis Global Pass. So you can hop into a Regis office anywhere. So I was in Milan this summer. And, in Europe, if you've been to Europe, it's hard to find restrooms or clean restrooms. So my wife was like, or free. And my wife's like, we need to find clean restrooms. And I'm like, well, I don't know where, like McDonald's, Starbucks, those are the places we usually go. But that's like, hey, there's a Regis office right here, right next to the Duomo. So we go in. I said, I have a 15-minute meeting call I need to do. They let me in with my family, and we got to use restrooms. And that office building had a rooftop deck facing the Duomo. So if I knew earlier, I would have saved 90 euros. I didn't have to go to the Duomo up on the roof. I could just been this and just had the whole, bird's eye view of everything. But yes, that was that's the benefit, and that was worth it. My wife's like, oh, that's worth it. So that's the reason. So that's worth it. So that's something that is really good. I'll share that, we do have healthcare at a discount. So if that's something of a need, you can look into that program. Of course, the stocks program will kind of go over that. All right, so now the numbers. So a lot of people want to understand the numbers. We're in real estate. We need to know our numbers. You're in a brokerage. You need to understand numbers. People in EXP, you still need to know your numbers, you know? So we are on an 80-20 split, 16,000 cap. So I want you to remember the 16,000 number, okay? Because it's going to come back later on. And after you cap, you go to 100% commission. There is a $250 transaction fee after you cap. And that's the transaction part. So what other costs are there? There's 149 startup. You get a nice mug, some marketing material, some business cards, but your monthly is $85 plus tax, right? So I add the tax because that's the fact. When you do a transaction, 20% plus $25 review fee plus $60 E&O or risk management fee. This $60 caps at $750. Okay, so after 12 and a half transactions, you don't pay any more $60. Okay, so that's all, right? Is there? If people ask me, hey, they ask me like, hey, is there other fees? Like, no, that's it. Okay, no franchise fees. There's no hidden fees. Some people ask me, hey, is there hidden fees? Like, no, that's it. Okay. So how do you become a small shareholder? Well, when you do your first transaction every year, you get $200 worth of stocks, right? Small share. When you cap, you hit that 16,000 mark, you get $400 worth of stocks. When you attract or bring somebody on directly, you get $400 worth of stocks when they do their first transactions. This middle item is really great because agents, remember, if you're not growing a business, you're just self-employed, you have no retirement plan. So they created this equity program, which, you know, over 60% are in this program where you can take 5% of your commission, net commission, and buy the stock at a 5% discount. There's no vesting period. Meaning if the stocks stay the same and you sell it next month, you sell it, you just made 5%. Okay. But this was built really for parking money outside, right? Because most agents, when you get your nice commission check, you pay off things or you buy a new car or something. And this helps you park your money. All right. But now, top producers, we call it icon. So can you tell me at other companies as a top producer, what do you get?
Trophy.
You get a trophy. Trophy. Okay. So is that trophy worth anything besides your ego and your pride, right? Just the ego.
It's nice.
So this company, top agents receive up to 16,000 back in company stock. Your cap is 16,000. This company is able to give you back 16,000 in company stock as a top producer. This is important. This is equity, right? So, and you know how you get there, I can go over more detail later, but just know for top producers or brokers, they're getting more equity because they're able to perform, they're able to do their deals. So these are the 3 CRM choices. You can go to each, do a demo and figure out which one is the right fit. You can talk to our group and figure out which one they're using and why, you know, but do your due diligence. All right. So we talk about the $16,000, this cap money. Where does that money go? Because if EXP doesn't have to have brick and mortar, they don't have all these expenses. Why are they charging us 20%, right? Well, because they don't need all of 16,000, they can share half. So 50% of the 16,000 goes to the company. The other 50% goes to what we call revenue share. They share revenue back 7 levels. Okay. We talk about stocks. Stocks are not free. That also comes from the company side. So almost 75% of the company's revenue, including the rev share, 75% of that goes back to agents in some sort of level. Okay. They only operate with 25% more or less left. Meaning, and they still have a net profit. So that means they don't use all the 25. So estimated, right? About 20% is what they use. They keep 5 to 7% left for net income. That is how we're sustainable. And no other real estate company can operate that way. Okay. So now understanding the tiers, there is 7 levels. Okay. And I'll go over the math. This is kind of the tier structure. So now I created this chart to be more visual so you guys have a better understanding. So I'm going to try using my annotation today. Let's see. All right. So remember this $16,000 cap. So if the company takes 50%, that's 8,000, right? So we got to know this number. So we're not going to look at the bonuses yet. But you guys are licensed in Texas. But if you had a friend named Sally, Sally is in New York. How can you introduce somebody from New York if you're licensed in Texas? Because we're not a franchise. We're one corporate company. You can attract or connect people all over, right? This is very powerful. You're out of the box. When I bought my franchises, I was buying a territory and I was stuck in this territory. I could not go to Florida. I mean, I could get my license in Florida, open another company. Guess what? I would have to buy another franchise for that other office, right? You guys as a business, this is the business model. This is where you can introduce Sally. Sally's in New York, and she is what we call your tier one. So if Sally in the past 2-3 years, we know that she does 150,000 a year average gross commission income. We know that she's a capping agent. So you kind of know when she comes in that she would pay 16,000 cap. Half of that is 8,000. Your portion for tier one is 17.5% of the 8,000. That is $1,400. And this is cash, not stocks. Company is sharing revenue now. Okay. Well, Sally brings on Tom. Tom is in Florida. Tom is what we call your tier two. Now, we know that Tom did like 300,000 GCI last year. We know he's a capping agent because he did 80,000 or more. 20% now for tier two. That's 1,600. Lisa comes in because of Tom's influence. That's your tier three. Same thing. Lisa does, over 100,000 GCI, 12.5, 1,000. That is company sharing revenue 7 levels. This is just tiers 1, 2, and 3. So now if you introduce 12 people into your organization, we call it organization, right? And they're all doing 80,000 GCI, hitting that 16,000 cap. That's 16,800. This just covered your costs in the company. Whether you're at a flat fee company or another brokerage, you cannot make that money back. In this model as a business, right? Just like you're a broker, you're collecting residual, same thing. You become a broker almost like day one. Now, the question is, the 12 people that you brought in, if they're growing their mini team, 10 people each is very, very likely scenario. So 12 times 10, that's 120 people now. Now we're getting serious. You really have a full-blown real estate business. That's $192,000 residual plus the 16,800. And now if every friend just brought in just one person now, that's 120 agents. That's another $120,000. So you have a potential revenue share of $328,800 by year. Okay. But we know that not everyone's going to cap. So you can cut this GCI in half to 40,000. That's 8,000. 50% of that's 4,000. You put the math in. That's still over $150,000. You can do this in 1 year. You can do this in 3 years. You can do it in 5 years. It's up to you. Okay. So now, as an investor, I do investments. So I look at this like, okay, if I can net, so if I can net 328,000 and say the cap rate, so in commercial terms is like rate of return, right? If I can get a rate of return of 6%, I would have to have $5.48 million cash to buy an investment property to give me 6% return to net me $328,800. So you have a business for $85 a month to be in a platform to grow your global business, right? And that is how I share revenue share. It's important to understand that this is doable. You just have to set your goal and you have to connect with people just like you're connecting with buyers and sellers, right? So, and the thing is, the company is sharing their company dollar. You're not getting the agents 80%. It's coming from the 20%. Big difference. Okay, so that is rev share in a nutshell. I'm gonna share something that's very powerful that EXP's done this year. So we talked about Sally in New York. We talked about Tom in Florida. Well, if you're in Dallas, how can you support that agent in that market? Well, just say Mo is in Dallas. Say Sam is in Toronto. Just say he's in Toronto. And I don't know Canadian law. I don't know how they do business, but I can find a local leader like Ibrahim. Ibrahim is in Toronto, and same thing. I can connect Sam. I can connect Sam with Ibrahim as a co-sponsor. So Mo is the one actually directly connected with Sam. That's his friend. But what happens? How can we inject this Ibrahim person? Well, Ibrahim is not in my group, right? He's in a different, what we call downline, right? Sam shifts down one level. It pushes down to tier 2 for Mo. And then we can inject a co-sponsor leader. You can do this in Miami. You can do this in Dubai. You can do this in Japan. You can find a local leader to support your future team. This is beautiful. That's why I'm working with all these other groups. I think I calculated, we did almost 50 co-sponsorships so far with different leaders. So it's a very powerful thing. This is going to help everyone grow. There's no excuse, right? As a brand new agent or a seasoned agent, it doesn't matter because you can connect with any leader. You can connect with Paul. You can connect with Teresa, Shelly, Maritza, right? It doesn't matter. The main thing is you have a goal, and you at the same time as you got to figure out who can support this goal together, right? That's why that's why going back to We Partners, this is a partnership. So everything that we started 4 years ago with We Partners is still aligning today, is actually getting better because of the collaboration of the company. So that's all I have to really share. There's other things in co-sponsorship. Daniela, it was brought in by Anna, and then Daniela brought in Jasmine, and then Jasmine and Daniela felt like they needed more coaching, so I connected this other coach group called Girls with Grit with Tara, and so this is how things are supported. Andy's in Denver; he's my direct, but at the same time as Andy needed some local support, and I said, you know what, Tara is a great leader. She lives in Denver, and if you want to start growing your team in Denver, this is an option. So I talked to Andy the other day, and I said, this is what we can do, right? He still likes being part of We Partners, but he doesn't get our barbecues every week and things like that. And so he feels FOMO. And I said, well, you don't have to FOMO. You guys can do stuff in Denver. So what we're doing in We Partners Dallas is duplicatable, right? You guys will be sharing this model, right? There's videos out there. There's so many things. But the thing is, you guys need to invite people here. So every Wednesdays, we dedicated our time is one is the leadership stuff that we're doing here. Production's important, right? If you're a new agent, right? You want to do transactions. That's very important. But at the same time, we're almost like a full circle platform, leveraging the platform, but creating our community. So We Partners is our community that we're building together. And but yeah, so that is all I have to share. Paul, you want anything else you want to add? So, but yeah, any questions on this? It's it don't overcomplicate things. Just know that the companies is a proven model. Like I mentioned, we started in 2009, and one more thing I want to take, my big takeaway. Why am I building something so passionate, right? So let me see if I can draw here. So if I was also building here, right, building my organization, but I have a timeline, meaning when God takes me home one day, my position in the company is willable to my children. So my business is willable to my children. Your business is willable to your children if you have children. For me, it's not about the rev share. For me, it's about the people here. We're building a network for our children because they'll be financially connected as well. And that's more important than the revenue. So that is why it's a very, very powerful model. if I had my own brokerage today, something happened to me tomorrow, my wife would know how to run the brokerage. The platform is running everything, the back end. If I was an independent broker or a franchise owner, I would have to figure out what to do. Same thing when you guys were a broker owner, right? Say you wanted to go on vacation for 2 years, retire for 2 years and come back. Then you're like, oh, what am I going to do? Same thing. So you have a whole back end to run it. So this is a very powerful model. And I hope you guys understand that, you know, we have to get on that B category on the right side quadrant and go from there. All right.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you. We're good on time. Oh, good. We're good on time. Yes.
Okay.
But well, we're gonna start at 11 for them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna break for 15 minutes. If anyone has Q&A or whatever, let us know. 11 o'clock, we'll start our production. So this is our first day. We're doing kind of lining it up this way. And if you have questions, just let me know and we can talk.
So questions is upstairs.
No, we'll do it here for 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. Let me shut off the live stream.
Do you want me to introduce? Do you want me to introduce y'all?
I will introduce you.
You don't want me to introduce y'all?